Recently, we heard about thieves breaking into a house in our part of San Francisco by going in through the garage door, and this prompted me to go downstairs and see what our garage door situation is like, and what I saw was not comforting. Basically, what I saw here, and which exists on many houses, is that there are windows in the garage door, and by breaking one of those windows you can easily reach in, open the latch, and then raise the garage door. So I started looking for solutions for this. I found things like some electronic alarms and so on, but then I stumbled across a YouTube video where they talked about this topic, and they brought up a solution which I have chosen to implement. This is the solution, which is a steel sliding bolt which you can attach to your garage door and basically provide a deadbolt lock for the garage door that will keep thieves from opening the garage door. These things are not very expensive. I paid $15 for this one. I've seen them for about $8 at Home Depot, and you can probably buy them on Amazon. What you can see here is that once they are mounted, the sliding part of this lock goes through a hole which already exists in the the rails that carry your garage door up and down. There's a little bit closer view of that. Here you can see some details about the construction. I needed to put a little more distance between the lock and the garage door, so I used a piece of 1/8 inch masonite to provide that necessary distance. And you can sort of see at the top of the masonite there's a gap there. In order to get this placed vertically in the right way, I decided it would be good to use one of the bolts that mount the hinge for the garage door, and so I cut a slot in the masonite in order to fit around that bolt. Then I used these 1-inch self-drilling bullets in order to attach the lock to the garage door. You can see that there are some little washers under each one of those screws because the screw head was not much bigger than the holes in the plate, maybe about the same thing. So that's how I put that all together. Down in the top of the lock there you can see that little area sticking out, and what that is there's a spring inside there. It's a very clever thing that provides tension on the bolt when you open it and close it, and keeps it in place. And if you wanted another margin of safety, you could put a lock or a bolt or something in the hole on the end of the lock to firmly lock it into place. What you can see here is that the lock is positioned far enough below the edge of the glass so that it would be very difficult for anybody to reach down there and open that up without some kind of tools. So overall, I think I've changed the situation to the point where a garage door that would be very easy to open is now very difficult to open. Compare this to having an alarm system. The problem with an alarm system is that it does not prevent the door from being opened. So then you are trusting for the noise to wake you up, to scare the intruder, and also to give them notice that the police are on the way, which could take a while. By that time they could have taken a lot of stuff out of your garage, or they could have come upstairs to assault you and take your things up there as well. So I think, the first thing is to keep them out. So one final note is that, I'm concerned about what might happen if I tried to open the garage door while the bolt was set. But I made this little procedure up there to remind myself to, in the evening, turn off the garage door opener and then set the bolt. And in the morning, I will unset the bolt or open the bolt and then turn on the opener. And that should keep the whole thing safe and simple.